Hello and welcome everyone. My name's Mari. I'm one of the lead trainers here at My Vinyasa Practice, and I'm happy to guide you today through a little tutorial of your 200-hour teacher training course. So let's jump in. So starting out right here in your course, we call the course, the Learn World is our platform that we use. And here in this first section here, you will see at My Account, you'll see your profile. You'll also see if you ever need to sign out, if you need to sign back in, you can reset your account. It also importantly here is our inbox. This inbox is where you will get notifications from us. So if you finish a course and you earn a certificate, you will get a notification right here in your course. An email will also come to your email address that you have registered your course. So make sure that your email that you registered with is one that you have access to at all times. All right, and so if we go back to our profile is going to show us all the courses that we are registered in, and today we are going to be looking at the 200 hour. So let's go ahead and click there, and we're going to continue on into our course. Always wanting to start right here in our welcome section. Just gives you a little bit about the course, and most importantly, right here, our MVP Help Center. So this is a great place to go if you just have a quick question. We've got it all written up for you. Perhaps it's after hours and we are not available. Of course, you can always leave a message for us. But if you come here to the Help Center the very first time, what you'll need to do is create an account. It is not linked to this account. You can use the exact same password and username that you do for your course if that helps you remember it. But I'm going to go ahead and click on that and open it up so you can see what it looks like. So say we're here in our Help Center course and I wanted to look up practice teaching. And so then my results right here, practice teaching, the very first one, I can give a click on that and read all about practice teaching. Maybe I heard about it in one of our office hours. It gives you the information as what you will expect, where to find it on our Google Calendar, the dates, the times, all of that information. And then a little bit on the form to fill out. And so you'll find in our Help Center an article about each and everything that we offer here at My Vinyasa Practice. But as always, you can always click right here at the bottom to our little friend, the YogiBot. YogiBot has lots of answers, and if it doesn't have the answer, it will link you back to one of us or one of our peer support specialists. All right, so coming back to our course, the next thing we want to look at is setting up for success. So this has a lot of your information on there, some of the books that you might like, the Light on Yoga, Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and then the teaching manual. The teaching manual follows exactly along the course. So the written content you see in the course is exactly what's in the manual. So you don't need to read it separately, but some folks like to have a manual. We also offer a printed copy, and then you can purchase that right here if you want to print it for you, or you can print your own from the PDF. Here is that link once again to our Help Center article. And we really encourage you to bookmark tabs for all of these so they're really at just a finger touch away. And then next is our student resource document. This document can be really helpful if you missed an office hour, you missed a lecture, or someone talks about a lecture and you're like, oh, I really want to watch that, but I wasn't able to attend. All of the recordings can be found right here on this document. Also, all of the printed work, so say there was a PDF or a slide deck that was offered, it'll be on this document as well. So in finding out where you can attend these live via Zoom is on our student calendar. So we have two links here. One is if you are a Gmail user and you have a Gmail account, you can add our calendar here. Or if you're not a Gmail calendar user, you can click here and get a general calendar. And this is updated weekly, so we always try to keep things up to date. So if for some reason something has to be canceled, we will update it right away for you. And generally, you will find links to all of those Zoom meetings or sessions, office hours, lectures, all of that is going to be found right on that student calendar as well. And then another thing we have right here on the setting up for success is sign up for our newsletter. So we send out our newsletter twice a month. It's really nice because it takes that Google Calendar, it breaks it down, and maybe just for 1 or 2 weeks gives you a kind of an idea and an overview of some of the events that were going to be happening. And then also for having any specials going on or maybe some new courses coming out, you'll find that in our newsletter. So please be sure to sign up for that. All right, moving along, I'm going to jump right here to our lead trainer and peer support. This just is kind of a little introduction to a few of us here. So if you'd like to see, we are right here. And then also our wonderful peer support staff. Scrolling back up here, complimentary yoga therapy sessions. And so anytime you become a member of MVP, as we call ourselves, you are a part of the community, and we give you 6 free sessions at our yoga therapy clinic. So we do have a Help Center article on that. You can click here to find out more information. Moving along, training layout and requirements. And just to point out, we still have our little YogiBot friend down here in the corner, always following along on anything that you're doing here. So you can always click there and ask any questions. So first, talking about requirements, here is the first link to our Help Center article. This will give you a full overview of the requirements. It also breaks down each and every one of the requirements themselves, so it might give you a little fuller view of it. But just to touch in, so in the 200 hour, there's a few assignments. Section 7, Section 8 are the first 2 assignments that you will turn in. And when we look at the course here in a moment, you'll see that there are some self-reflections. Those are for your own study, your own growth, for your own journaling, but you are not required to turn those into us. So section 7 and 8, we'll look at those and see what those look like also in a few moments. And then the final practicum, a lot of folks always want to know, like, what is this final big test that I have to do? So a few things to think about. One is every section has what we call a learning lab lecture and a review quiz. So you'll watch the video, you'll look at the slides, and then you can use the slides as well to take a quiz. It's a 5-question quiz. It's going to be either multiple choice or true or false. And then once you do that, you'll move on to your next section. And then next we have one to turn in at the end is our personal practice or community involvement log. This is a compilation of 48 hours of these 2 things. Your personal practice is anytime you get on your mat. So if you do some movement, you do some meditation, you do some breath work, these are hours that you can write down. So even if it's just 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, keep a track of that and you'll turn that in at the end. And just as a reminder, these are not hours you are teaching. So if you're a current yoga teacher, these are not teaching hours. These are your personal time to practice on your own. And then next we have our essay. Essay is just a little paragraph, 3 to 5 paragraphs about your experience with your karma class and with the training. And then last is our karma class itself. So this will be one 60-minute class. It can be recorded or written in a vinyasa or hatha yoga style. And in the course, you'll get much more in depth in exactly what this looks like, a full rubric of what to do. All right. And then a couple of things. The final exam. So it's 28 multiple choice, true or false questions, and it's an open book. We offer right here, if you click here, it's a wonderful study guide that you can have in hand. You can have your manual in hand, all of the things you need for this. So those 2 things will be really helpful when getting ready for it. And here is the manual that you can download as a PDF, print it out if you would like. All right, let's move along. Next, we have our MVP Wellness app. So this is separate from your school app. We have 2 different apps. One is the school, one is the wellness. So this is where we offer classes, lead trainers, other support staff. We offer classes 7 days a week, multiple times a day. These are some other ways that you can look at it. There's all access, standard memberships, lots of different things. So again, there's a Help Center article that you can go to and read exactly what each one of these memberships is. It is not a requirement. It's just an extra offering that we give to our students. And here's some information just about Apple Store and Google Play. You can click here and you can get those apps directly. In the course, we offer vocabulary. So this very first one that you'll see in the welcome and introduction has the full list of vocabulary, and then we've broken it down per section. So each section is going to have some of these that pertain to the lectures that you'll find within that section. All right, so let's take a look at one of the sections just to give you an idea of what's to come. So in this section, you'll find a couple of different things. You'll see this little book over here, and these are going to be the sections to reading. Again, this mirrors what you're going to see in your manual. And so it's just going to give the objectives, kind of an overview of what you're going to see in the course. And then it also gives you a little bonus to a discounted course that we offer. And then also it'll give you a little glimpse into some of the offerings that we have. And then scrolling down, you'll have some wonderful images here of some of the most common postures. And then you can also click here and it'll give you the pronunciation of those poses as well. And then here is that vocabulary list. You can click here and print it out, but if you have the master list, you can just use that as well. All right, and then the next what you'll see here is our video. So you'll see lectures, you'll see practices, all sorts of things in video format as well. And then every once in a while, we will throw in a PDF. So this is something that you can use on your own, print it out if you would like. And then at the end of each course, a couple of things that you'll see a self-reflection, as I mentioned earlier. This self-reflection, again, is just for your own reflection and self-study. You can write it in your journal, but it does not need to be submitted to us. And then here's one of those learning labs. So it'll tell you this one happens. The very first one is about the Yoga Sutras. There's 2 parts to this. So it's two video lectures and then the lecture slides. So you will watch those. And then you click to the next. And then this is the exam that you'll see. Again, it's just 5 questions, and any of the quizzes you can take numerous times. So how many ever times it takes you to pass it, you can do that. And please feel free, if you have any questions about it, reach out to us at any time. All right, so the rest of those I'm going to skip past, and we're going to go right down to our section 7. So our section 7 at the end, you will see here, we've got a learning lab and a self-reflection, and then we have our assignment. So this is different from all of the previous sections. And this is going to tell you a little bit about what the assignment is required. So it's sequencing a mini class. It needs to be in either Hatha or Vinyasa style. And this one is around a subtle body. This gives you a rubric of what we'll be looking for. And when you turn in the assignment, there's going to be 2 questions. The first one is where you will submit your written or your video of your mini class. And then the second one is going to be submit a rationale. So you'll do 2 to 3 paragraphs that give a rationale around what you have chosen. You do have the option to also, instead of turning it in and submitting it here, you can attend one of our practice teaching sessions. This session is where one of the lead trainer is there to guide you. You come with a class prepared, so a 10 to 15-minute class. You teach it in front of one of the lead trainers and your peers. There will be several others there that will be teaching as well. We give you your feedback, we check off this assignment, and then you don't have to submit the assignment other than the rationale. Again, always look to your Help Center article for further information on this, and you'll also find it on your Google Calendar or your regular calendar. So when submitting this, we'll take a look here. 2 things we want to be sure of is that if you are submitting a link on a Google document or a spreadsheet, anything like that, please make sure that is set to anyone with link can view, because if not, if we open it, it's set to private, we can't send it, we have to send it back to you, and then you have to resubmit it. So just save yourself some time, make sure that's set. If you are using a YouTube link, make sure it's set to unlisted. This keeps it private to only those that you share it with. Bear in mind, the first time that you do use a YouTube channel, you do have to verify that with a phone number in order to load a video that is 15 minutes or longer. We will click the start button here. Again, just gives you a little overview of what is to be turned in. And then this is our box. This is where we can write in, we can type in, and then we can also attach a link. So I'm just going to give an example here. I'm just going to grab one of these documents. I'm going to open it up. copy the link, come back to my course, and I'm going to paste it in there. All right, so my link is pasted. I'm going to move to the next question. I would grab my other document, or you can type your rationale directly into. I'm going to paste it in there as well, and then I will hit submit. Do you want to submit? Yes, I do. And then you passed. So it's going to go in there. You'll get feedback, and the feedback will come into your course. And that's also where you'll find it in your course in that inbox, but you'll get an email letting you know that it's arrived. The same thing is going to go for your section 8. You'll have the exact same thing. You'll have a different assignment. So it tells you a little bit about the assignment here, what we're looking for, and how to set that up. Same thing, you'll submit the link, and then you'll also submit your little reference to what you've created. The very last thing in the course is our practicum and certification section. So this is where we talked a little bit about that personal practice and community involvement log. 48 hours need to be submitted, your essay and karma class. Please be reminded that we do need to have these all turned in order. You cannot skip to this before you do your section 7 and 8. They do need to be, because when you get your section 8 back, you'll get some wonderful feedback, and then you'll apply that to section 8. You'll get more wonderful feedback, and then you'll apply that to your final practicum. Before you turn in your practicum hours, you need to make sure that you have completed all Learning Lab and Let's Review sections in the course, or we cannot accept the practicum. So looking here at the course, these are the items: that 48-hour log, our essay, and then the karma class. Karma class is written out here. It's going to be one class in either a vinyasa or hatha style for 60 minutes. This is the rubric of some of the things we will be looking at when we watch your class. You can also do this in practice teaching if you would like to do it live online with a lead trainer, rather than writing it out or recording it if recording it isn't available. So make sure you check your calendar and sign up ahead of time for that. And then just let's take a look over here at our, I go back up to setting up for success. Let's go to our Help Center article and personal practice. Let's take a look at that. So this is going to give you more information on everything that can be listed on your personal practice and your community involvement log. Anytime you practice, community involvement part of that is anytime you come to an office hour with us, a lecture, a workshop, anything like that, facilitated learning track, practice teaching, all of those hours count and can be added to your 48 hours. All of it can be found here on our calendars, workshops. This just kind of tells you everything that's available. And then how to track this or how to log it. You can do it a couple of different ways. We have created templates here that you are welcome to use to fill out. You can create your own document if you want to, or you can simply write it on a piece of binder paper, take a picture of it, and upload the picture. We will accept it any of those ways. But as you can see, the Help Center is very informational, and the YogiBot follows us right to the Help Center log, right there from our course. So it's always available for questions. So a couple of things to remember: if you ever have any questions, we're always here for you. Office hours is a great place to come and ask questions. No question has not been asked. We've heard it all. We're welcome to answer questions for you, to screen share, to walk through things. You can also schedule one-on-one with the lead trainer or peer support. You can call and talk to our peer support professionals, or you can use the YogiBot to get in touch with them, or you can email them at peersupport@myvinyasapractice.com. So I hope this has been informational and helpful for you, and we wish you all the luck, and I just know that we're always here for you.